Hey, hey.
Welcome.
Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
everyone.
And special shout out to Pollyanna in the chat, who got the introduction from Perp Just. Apparently, Pollyanna's comment underneath a Perp post led her to start counting up how many people were talking about her. Because Pollyanna had dared to say, not that many people, not as many people are talking about you as you think. So, of course, you had to go out there and try and scrounge up as big a number as possible. And also, shout out to Pollyanna because it's Pollyanna's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, darling.
Happy birthday, Polly.
Happy birthday, Pollyanna.
We
love
We
you,
enjoy
Pollyanna.
having you in the Discord so much. I know that you've been very busy recently because of the whole house move and resorting a house out, which is always a lot of work. But I hope you have a fantastic birthday, and we love having you in the Discord, darling. So, how are you, ladies?
Doing well. Doing well.
Very good. Very good.
Amazing.
Did you do anything interesting overnight?
We did.
I was sleeping and I missed all of
Eliza's
it.
fault. It's Eliza's fault. Just
It
kidding.
is not Eliza's fault.
I know.
This is
No, it's not.
Eliza's fault.
No,
this time.
it isn't.
I was only an accomplice.
That's right.
Well, Constant Sue, or Constant Stew, as I always like to think of her, because she always seems to be in a constant stew over something, had one of her many multiple lives overnight, and she had the special guest up on panel, Heidi. And as usual, Heidi, a devotee of the truth, was coming out with some spectacular, imaginary allegations. And eventually one or other of us went up there to try and communicate, not terribly successfully. And Julie went up there and dropped the F-bomb, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times.
Was it more than 4?
It was
I think
5.
it was 5 altogether. But we
Dang,
can count them
Julie.
together. Oh, can we play it this early, or will we get?
Oh yes, please, please.
You want to let a few minutes go by?
Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait about 3 minutes, and I think we're good.
Yes, just a few more minutes, and then we'll play the recording. Anyway, various of us went up, and of course, the minute that a jerk appeared, Jenna leaped out of the cupboard.
I just will sheet here.
And Eliza, fantastic gamesmanship. Because Constance said, I'm going to mute now and let you talk. And Jenna was waiting there with the usual technique, which is wait until somebody starts a conversation, then just shout all over it. And Eliza started off with, oh, well, Jenna, what do you have to say? I'll let you go first.
She was lost, wasn't she?
She was lost.
She was lost.
Nothing to say.
I just go shit up here and say what y'all had to say.
Just shut up.
Yeah, go
they
away.
could not get her up there quick enough. I'm sure we're going to circle back round to it.
Well,
about
and also,
the
thing is that Bugsy got kicked off. She booted Bugsy. Of all people, who boots Bugsy?
It was polite.
She got kicked off panel for telling Jenna to be quiet. And Jenna was the one that was interrupting.
She wasn't
following the rules laid out by the channel holder, who said not to talk over each other. Go ahead. I'm going to grab this real quick.
Bugsy, that was so funny. You said, "Don't address me." I could hear your head turn the other way after you said
it was a beautiful thing.
But saying my name, I was like, "Don't address me."
If y'all knew Julie, for her to be kicked off of a panel, just the math ain't math in there.
I'm a bitch. That's what
old
Constipated Sue said.
She was throwing out a whole load of things that were obviously indicators of what she had against us. We were terrible. What we did to Heels was terrible.
Oh,
It's
God.
funny because what happened to Heels was Heels. All
Look.
we did was show her stuff, and she was saying, "I don't care what they say about Heels. I know her." Okie dokie. It's your
Well,
logic
that makes
then.
sense. I mean, I like knowing where the lines are with people. I like
Yes.
that. That's good to know. If you stand by somebody like that, I want to know what front. Thank you for at least making that known.
So
That way we can never have to revisit this conversation again, right?
yes. So Constance holds up that she has a problem with trolling and abusive behaviour. But Heels trolled the mother of a dead child and got his autopsy photo, and went real life on Trayvon Martin's mum, going through her Facebook posts before the trial.
Yeah.
And made comments about Trayvon Martin's face and nose, his huge honker, as she so delicately described it. All of these things are stuff that Constance seems to have a problem with when it's done by Nicolina or done by traitors. The making a joke out of somebody or going real life on them is the biggest sort of negative in the world. But funnily enough, when Heels does it, that's fine.
Yeah,
and
that's
indeed when Jimbo does it, it's fine.
right. No problem.
And then she did a big thing about how she believes the Wells are innocent. Like we've
Oh, God.
made a big deal about the Wells. And I thought that was absolutely hilarious because if you've got a problem with us because of some perceived thing about the Wells family, let me introduce you to Jenna. Jenna was the person who first started the discussion of how Don was actually at home that day.
Yes. Did she not know
Jenna's
the
your
history?
big chum.
Talk to
Please
your friend.
make this make fucking sense to me, because Constance Sue, you're the biggest hypocrite walking on YouTube. You make this big deal about how you're all about the facts of the situation, and you do all this clipping and all this yakking and all this grandstanding, and then you support a man who has gone real life on several occasions, pulling up at people's houses to fight them. And you make this big deal about how he was a child as well when he married these other two children. Like, child marriage is fine as long as it's approved by the government and the church. Okay, then. Something tells me that in other countries, when people that young are getting married, you might disapprove of it. But just because you like the person, that's fine. But meanwhile, you're dragging everybody else for being hypocrites because they tend to forgive their friends over strangers. And yet you are the biggest proponent of exactly that philosophy on YouTube that I've seen. Your monomania, your hyperfixation, would it be funny if it weren't for the fact that I find it absolutely terrifying? You're the sort of person who eventually has a mental break and turns up on somebody's doorstep with a weapon. It is usually the biggest fans who flip in the end. You're aligning yourself with people. Last night, Heidi was on your panel and saying things with absolutely no evidence whatsoever, and you were fine with it. So I thought, oh, I'm going to go up. Let's see how the land lies. I'll just test the waters. So I went up and I was very polite, and I said that I was concerned that she was allowing somebody to accuse me of a crime on her panel, which was falsifying documents provided under government guidelines, the Freedom of Information Act. Heidi had declared that we had made a fake Foyer. Yep. We had created this thing, which consisted of police reports. Yeah. So we had faked police reports and had read them out on another panel. None of this ever happened. Not a single fact to it. When I actually addressed Heidi about this, she said, it was something that she was told, but she was wheeling it out as fact. No
Always.
problem saying that it was fact at all. And Constance Sue said that, it wasn't a big deal. She didn't take it seriously. Nobody would take that seriously. So I would like to all inform you that Constance Sue has been faking government documents for a long time. All her government documents are fake. Her social security number, her passport, her tax returns, all fake. And this isn't a problem for me to say because nobody takes these things seriously. And
I was taking you seriously for a minute. I was like,
and
what?
it's perfectly fine for me to say in passing, it's not a problem. What you actually mean, Constance Stew, is that this is somebody that you've become friendly with, and therefore you will co-sign all their bullshit. It's not a problem for you because you are a true believer. And you are so convinced and convicted about your narrative that anybody who stands with you and is willing to sort of fertile through the bullshit that you shovel out on the daily is fine by you, and you'll stand by them. And you are quite happy to not be concerned at all that there might be any possible implications of somebody being on your panel and saying that I had faked police reports and read them out on YouTube and claimed that they were legit Freedom of Information Act information. You were fine with that. And I can't take anything that you say seriously now.
No.
Because no matter how polite the approach is, how specific and factual my complaint was, you disregarded it because you knew chums. Anything they say is cool. Okay, then.
Yeah, no matter what they say, she just goes
No matter
along
what they
with
say.
It doesn't matter that it goes against other things that she said. It just was mind blowing how she talked about porn bombing as sexual assault and how awful it was. Meanwhile, she's sitting on panel with Heidi, who is like, they've decided they don't have a problem with it if it's a shit show, who self-admits to doing all of that. Heidi didn't speak up. Where was Heidi's voice to speak up and say, like, oh, well, that's our friend? And yeah, it was. But you know what? We are now 14 minutes into this stream. So you know what that means.
It's time to drop the F-bombs. Prepare yourself. Julie fucking Applewhite is living up to her middle name.
Yes.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I have a comment to make.
Okay.
Purple, fuck you. Heidi, fuck you. I don't say that word too often. And fuckity fuck tards. That's what you are. You're a bunch of liars. Thank you. Now say.
She's so polite.
She was polite about it.
And fuck you.
Julie is my hero.
I love her.
I feel like that leads us right into this.
She's so freaking awesome. Wish that I could be her. Too bad you're such a little prick. Why don't you lick my shit? She's so freaking awesome. Wish that I could be her.
It won't play. I'm trying to.
She's so freaking awesome. Wish that I could be her. Too bad you're such a little prick. Why don't you lick my shit, you fucking bitch? And fuck your parents for having such a kind of a kid. Remember that I hate you. And please don't forget to go fuck yourself. La da 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 day. La da 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 do 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 do. Go fuck yourself.
That was me on piano.
There's chips and there's
on vocals.
cheese up there.
That was me singing.
She's got a beautiful voice, hasn't she, Julie? I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to play it again.
Yes, except you do.
I have a comment to make.
Okay.
Purple, fuck you. Heidi, fuck you. I don't say that word too often. And fuckity fuck tards. That's what you are. You're a bunch of liars. Thank you. Now sit.
She said thank you.
What did she say at the end? Now sit down.
She said thank you. Now I'll be quiet or something because she was
Oh.
going to let me speak. But I
I'll
like
be
how she
quiet
said,
and sit down so Eliza can talk.
she
And
told
then
him all to
I
fuck off,
can't
and then she
remember.
said thank you.
I can't remember who it was who spoke to you, and you said, "Don't address me, please."
That was
Jenna.
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 Oh, that was hilarious.
Stupid bitch.
Oh, Julie, I love you.
Wow, my goodness! Look what we have broken Julie.
No, she just enrages me.
I
I don't
know.
like her.
Every
This
time
is what you've all done. This is what you've driven her to.
Hey, you didn't say fuck you, Jenna, on there, so now's your chance.
Bubsy, we got to go back.
While I'm asleep, these two will be creeping the YouTube streets. Eliza
I'll say it
taking
for
our
you.
sweet Julie with her.
No. Wait, whoa.
She didn't corrupt me, I
Julie,
promise.
Tell her what actually happened. Who put who up to that?
She
It was
mentioned
Julie's
something.
idea.
She made the comment that she'd like to go up there and just give, say. And I said,
But I knew
well,
it wouldn't do any good, so I decided not to do it. And
so I
that's
dared
when
her.
Julie said, "If you go up there, I'll type the F word." And I'm like, "No, if I go up there, you have to go up there too and actually say it." And she said, "Okay," and I'm like, "Oh man, now I have to do it because
I
there's
said,
no
it.
way
I
was
said,
missing
I
it.
got to go put my teeth in though. I don't know how that F would sound without my teeth in. So.
She made sure she was going to do it right.
You betcha.
But
I
if
do
you're
have
not
to
going to,
stress that we knew we were on a hiding to nothing. We weren't going up there expecting that there'd be any reasonableness. We were up there to prove a point and drop some F-bombs.
if you don't want to say fuck off, Jenna, I'll say it for you.
Please do.
Fuck you, Jenna, and fuck all the way off.
And can I say,
Julie?
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to say thank you to Delia Wupu and Earth for their memberships today. Thank you.
Well, Ange Carter, I hope that we provide some entertainment for you. And I hope your workday goes quickly.
Hey, ladies, can y'all hear
Hey,
me?
lean on me.
Yes, darling?
No, we can't hear you, so you have to stay up
Nope,
here.
can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Well, give me about 30, 45 minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right, you better come back this time.
Beautiful picture, by the way, Sue.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
going to
know
call you.
Who picked
I did that.
I
did
was gonna say,
that.
that's not me. I'll be back.
Hey.
I'll call you. I'm calling her if she don't come back.
So how do you like the new backdrop?
I like
I
it.
like it.
Spooky. I
I
love
love
the typography.
How you like my witch picture?
It's cool.
Yeah, that's my
It's
real
very
picture.
cool.
That's my real picture. All I did was put my hat on.
Oh,
Thank you,
Jeep Girl,
Girl.
thank you so much. Jeep Girl says you ladies are the very best. Thank
I
you.
love Jeep Girl.
Me too.
Hey, Kylie. I know you had said hi earlier, and I'm sorry I missed it. Be thankful that I remembered that. So.
How many of you guys are all busy getting kids ready for Halloween parties today?
Not me.
That's what
Not
Soup
me.
ran to go do.
Not me.
Well, I didn't have to get him ready,
lean
but I
on me.
did. I did do some sewing and I did iron the outfit. But thankfully, my son is of an age now where he can dress himself.
Yeah, my grandson's making a whole week of this Halloween thing. He went trunk or treating last night. He's got something going on today. Of course, he'll have actual Halloween, and then he's got a party planned for after Halloween. And
I love because he's got all these costumes.
he likes to wear a different costume for each
I
event.
just
He
love
doesn't want to
that.
be seen twice in the same costume. So we do have
Well,
to
I'm glad-
sew for the actual Halloween costume. He wants to be Luffy. So
I have no idea who that is.
I didn't either. I had to look it up. It's like an anime character, I guess. It when I looked it up, it said a monkey, but it didn't really look like a monkey to me. So I don't know. The costume's super easy. It's like a straw hat, which we did order, and then like a red vest kind of thing, and some blue cuffed. You can do like cuffed pants or shorts. So
Oh, he'll be cute
sandals.
anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, I gather that Tony has informed the world that she never really liked us anyway. Okay, Tony. Anyway,
Oh, she
moving
didn't?
on.
Right? That's okay.
I'll be
We're
right
okay
back.
with
I got to
that.
go get my box of tissues. Hang on.
I'm glad that it's
Okay.
cooler outside because my son's outfit had so many layers. It's Doctor Strange outfit. And there's just
Oh, I
like
bet that's
an
cool.
inner tunic and an outer tunic and a cape and trousers. It's just like, you'll be okay going to the club, but I hope it doesn't get too hot in the club because you're going to be boiling, kid.
Right?
Oh, and some sort of hand wrap thing. Sort of martial arts sort of fighter thing. So yeah, it's a whole thing.
Wow.
Speaking of whole things, anybody seen Wee?
Yeah, she's in chat. Right here.
I literally just seen her name as I said that.
She's looking all spooky. That's why you didn't recognize her. You were looking
Oh,
for
yeah.
You were looking for a Star Wars, but she's changed her costume apparently for the Halloween season.
Oh, I just want to mention, everybody think about Tanga. She's not feeling well today. That's why she's not here with us. But we love her.
So if you want to put prayer hands, she doesn't really do that. She would prefer you put prayer nudes in the chat, so feel free.
Yeah. Crab claws and nudes, please.
And if you need one, just reach up and grab one.
Yeah, if you want a crab claw, just reach out and grab one.
You got any extras? Just you know how it works. Well, lots of Tanga nudes in the chat now. That'll make her happy. Oh, sure.
Oh, hey, Shorty's in the chat. Shorty, your short that you put out a couple of days ago was excellent. It was a real mic drop moment. Very well done.
Yeah, it was really good.
If you really want to get some down deep detail on some of the fuck shit that's been going on, I recommend JBT. That's Six Up's son. Did a remarkably detailed and well constructed live. I'm losing track of the days. Was it last night or the night before? I think it was last night, wasn't it?
I believe it was yesterday.
Called
really well
Just
done.
the Repeats, but no receipts, and it was exceptional.
It was good.
Really,
Shorty,
really well done.
Very well done
I
too.
didn't type much in the chat, but I listened to all of it. I was busy sewing away, and I didn't really get a chance to tell him how good it was, but it was excellent.
It was excellent.
And if you're not subbed up to JBT, y'all are missing out. He's really done some really good content, and he just keeps getting better and better.
He really does. And when you consider that he's already sort of committed to a work life, and he has a lovely partner, and he's doing this on the side, and he's so good at it in such a short amount of time. He's going to be killing us in a year.
Yeah.
No, don't sub up to him. He's going to be too big.
No, we'll remind you that we knew him when.
Yes, we'll be claiming that we knew him first in a year's time.
Maybe he'll drop our link.
We'll be telling you we built the channel. Right?
Yeah, if the mods
want to, as mods,
if the mods want to drop,
link.
oh, sorry. If
No,
the
darling,
mods want
carry
to
on.
drop
It's
our
me.
creator friends links, that would be great. 6 Up's new channel, Raw Real Uncut. She is the Dragon. Make sure you go sub up to her new channel. And
That was amazing, too.
JBT's channel.
This was another thing that made me laugh. I heard the clip. I think it was on Jenna's, but I'm not sure because I only heard the clip of Constance Sue saying that people had subbed up to that channel thinking it was Jenna because they like Jenna and they don't like 6 Up. No, everybody was in on the joke and people were subbing up in order to see some of the quite specialist 6 Up on a Dragon content that is there. Again, epic troll move, hugely entertaining. We had so much fun with it. And some people just can't ever get the joke.
That was
Oh, yes, Griffey's
amazing.
telling us this is what we have to do. In a year's time, we have to pull a Tony and say we never liked him anyway.
Welcome, Lisa Jones.
Lisa Jones, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member.
Big hugs and love you, Lisa.
There's
I
the
love
dragon
that.
herself. Oh.
So there has been some epic things that happened this week. I'm just like, wow.
It's been a lot.
And there's
some
been
of
some
it
not
just
so
you're just like, what? And then after a
Yeah.
while you're like, I don't even care.
But the laughable moments have been
Great.
the greatest.
We've
I
had some
did
good
thought it
laughing.
was
I
very
love the members
entertaining
Discord.
to see how much digging and failure to find there was in the local magistrate court. Couldn't seem to find any of that paperwork. It's obviously hiding under their missing E.
Well, that she used the E to file it. She said she e-filed it, so there went that E.
Yes, and of course, JBT is still free. I think that he's gone survivalist and is hiding out in the woods, hiding from the imminent arrest for having spoken about this non-existent legal situation. I just hope that he manages to escape the long arm of the law.
Hey, Nicolina. Hey, Valoma. Good to see you.
Hey, Nicolina, I haven't listened to what the latest update is on the Yanni situation. I heard there'd been some tragic incident where a dingo ate her husband or something.
What?
So,
Holy cow! I missed that.
one of her husbands, she's had a lot of husbands, all overlapping. There seems to be some sort of legal situation going on there.
Oh, no.
Either that or none of them exist. I can't remember which. Oh, somebody wants to know what's going on with the Oreo.
We're going to get there. I promise.
We have to wait for Soup to come back.
Yeah. She's going to share the screen on that because, yeah, it's a whole thing. We'll get to the Oreos. Don't you worry.
Has anybody heard anything more about, speaking of non-existent legal situations, Ziggy's, whole thing. Oh, someone named Yara does not appreciate your take on things. Oh my God, I might have to take to my bed. I'm deeply, deeply upset by that.
She must
Yeah.
not have heard Julie's advice.
Oh, what?
Fuck you, Purple. Fuck you, Heidi. Fuck. Well, how did it go, Julie? I can't quite remember. Fuck.
Do you want me to play it again? I can play it.
Yes, play it again, please.
Let me just get it.
I have a comment to make.
Okay.
Purple, fuck you. Heidi, fuck you. I don't say that word too often. And fuckity fuck tards. That's what you are. You're a bunch of liars. Thank you. Now say.
That's a classic.
Actually, that was only 4, Bugsy. We miscounted.
Yes. I got overexcited.
I'm not gonna try to beat Purple on her 51 absolute though.
Okay, well, you're 4 there. You did
I'm
4.
at 4.
Pearl, you missed the golden opportunity. I was trying to get Julie to repeat it for us. You're like, I'll play it.
I've ruined the plan again. I'm sorry.
You spoiled my plan.
Earth, I love you. Paloma. Hey, sweetie. I hope you're doing great.
If you want Oreos and you like Oreos, eat them now. Eat them now.
You don't want to eat them during the time that we're talking about them.
So if you enjoy
I
them,
wouldn't.
we're going to ruin them for you. So I would suggest getting your fill now.
Oh, so I presume from Traitor's comment that Perp is live and Heidi's complaining. So no change there for Saturday.
Same. New day.
Same as it ever was.
Same live.
Must be a day with a Y in it.
They must feel like when they go live, like it's Groundhog Day or something. Jordan, thank you for becoming a member, hun.
Yeah,
I
we were
always say
sharing
that,
about that. Go ahead.
Nothing says that you're enjoying a weekend away with your partner and your son like being on the internet twice in the same day.
I don't get it. You go camping to just do the same thing you do at home. But, hey. I guess if that's what floats their boat.
I'd like to take a moment to share this important message.
Oh. And stop. Heidi, just stop. Stop claiming Grismo. Stop it. You're a weirdo. I meant to tell you that last night. Did I forget to tell her that?
You did forget to tell her that.
Jenna interrupted me.
Yes.
Like we
rude
knew she
things.
would. But I did want to explain to Heidi to just stop trying to say that Grismo is her dog. It's not your dog. She's like, Grismo is my dog. My dog's name is Gizmo. What?
Really?
How you gonna?
Gizmo is Soup's dog.
Grismo
Stop.
is Soup's dog. Gizmo is your dog, Heidi. I'm starting to become very worried for Grismo's safety. This is not cool.
And Heidi, quit doxing my cat.
And quit
Damn
doxing
it.
Bugsy's cat. Stop it.
You said his name like 3 times. Stop it.
Now, Bugsy does not bring her cat to YouTube.
Yeah, could we respect the cat's privacy, please? So I just saw that quote that Perp says that she's YouTube famous. So obviously a license plate in the future that says YT Corn Cob for a car.
We should get her. No, we shouldn't. Somebody else give them the idea. I'm not saying it or nothing.
Or how about Cornfield Karen?
Cornfield Karen. Oh, that's gonna stick. Cornfield Karen.
Whose dog is
TJ
Grismo?
Jug's cat is an asshole. If you could have some prayer hands in the chat.
Grismo is Soup's dog.
It is bad when we have to have a campaign with T-shirts and everything, Heidi.
Yeah,
With
her
T-shirts
cat's
and
an
everything.
asshole. That's right. Her cat's an asshole.
Stop claiming Grismo.
Yeah, my cat's an asshole. There ain't no doubt about that. You know what he did to me this morning? I walked into the kitchen to get a cup of coffee, and he walked up and scratched my foot. So it started bleeding. I had to put 2 Band-Aids on it.
Oh my gosh, he is a little shit.
He is. And he got outside again last night.
Oh no.
Took an hour to get him in the house.
Oh dear. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It was awful because you really did hurt yourself. But the whole story with the lotion and the cats.
That was funny.
Yeah, and him knocking me down. Yeah.
Well, that part wasn't funny. But
It really kind of was, and then my granddaughter thought it was hilarious because she started laughing at me. She thought I
Mine
was
would do
doing
the same.
acrobats in the kitchen. And then the asshole cat's under the table looking at me
It's all
his
fun
little-
and games.
with
All
his
fun
little
and games.
eyes.
It's all fun and games till Grandma falls down.
Hmm.
Ew, greasy buns. Mm.
Cracking Asses has a special request.
Thank you, Dictum, for being a member for 2 months. Who
And,
has a request?
Cracking Asses has a special request.
Ooh,
She would like her advert playing, and because we love you, we will.
I love her.
Oops.
Hi, Frosty. Or hi, We've.
I heard Jenna's trying to give her competition on that.
Okay, my
Oh, no.
granddaughter just watched that and she's busting up laughing.
That is just dying for a remix version right there.
Oh.
Is this true, Julie? Did you just call wee Frosty? Frosty.
She did.
It was
an
boo-boo.
accident. I'm
It
pretty
was
sure.
a boo-boo. I'm sorry. I love you. I didn't even say happy birthday.
Oh, it's on her birthday. Tomorrow's her birthday.
Okay. It didn't come from me. Hi, Jordan. Hi, Wendy. No, I'd rather not revisit Jenna's explosion on the toilet.
I don't know what the copyright
Oh, that was
situation is with the I'm a hot dog video.
that was
I
that was
love that video.
so good. I love it. And then the dog in the underwear. Oh, it was so good. And I stole.
You're starting to
Trina's
talk like
line.
them.
I know, right? Gosh, I stole her line of "I'm convinced you're an inbred." I love it. It's epic. Traders, amazing.
Yeah,
I never
Lip
laughed
Lock
so hard.
has got a whole celebration 4-day weekend going on.
Ooh,
Wedding anniversary tomorrow and then birthday on Monday.
wow!
Happy anniversary to you and Bob.
And happy birthday, beautiful lady.
Happy birthday.
Happy anniversary, Lip Lock, and happy birthday.
I'd never show my face again or anything in public if I had done that.
Done what? What Jenna did?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're right, stars. And Lip Lock, you did an amazing job cutting your own hair.
Really good.
Yes. Believe me, if I tried, I'd botch it up badly.
Have you heard that Constance Sue is disappointed with Lip Lock?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is she disappointed with Lip Lock?
Oh, because of where the chats that she's seen Lip Lock in. She doesn't think they're appropriate for Lip Lock.
Well, how many shits did Lip Lock give?
I bet you not a one.
Nope. Nothing.
I don't think she seeks that kind of approval. Hey, Haven.
Hi, Haven. Ooh.
Ooh.
iPad.
It's JBT Santa now then.
Does JBT know that she's with Santa? That's what I want to know.
This is true, lawyer JB Puff. Constance is disappointed with everyone, except if you absolutely agree with her or your name's Jimbo, apparently. I'm not quite sure what's so special about Jimbo. His
I haven't
his
figured that
charms
one out.
completely passed me by, but obviously,
Me too. And Constance Sue, if you gasp again, I'm going to come up and I'm going to choke you good.
What's Bugsy?
It's not a threat.
It's okay. She doesn't care what you say because
that's
like
right.
it doesn't mean anything, and she will just say like, "What
Hi,
she said
Duchess.
about all
Hi,
that."
Morris.
Pearl. It just doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. It's just a thing that was said in passing. Nobody pays attention to these things.
Oh
apart
yeah.
from-
Okay. Just said in
It's
passing.
a virtual YouTube choke.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a virtual joke.
Yes. Once again, a reminder that I had heard somebody said to me something about all Constance Sue's government documents are fake, and she forged all of them. This isn't a big deal. I'm just mentioning it to you in passing.
Just in passing. So what is she like? I don't get her at all. Like what is she trying to prove with anything since none of it matters anyway, according to her? What is she on about all the time? Like
I have no
anybody know?
words, Eliza.
I don't either. I'm at lost for words.
I don't know.
Heather.
She reminds me of one of those little yippy yappy chihuahuas that's always yapping, but doesn't do anything.
She reminds me of a bobblehead.
A bobblehead.
A bobblehead. Yeah. I can just see her back there yapping, and her head's going back and forth. And
I bet she does that to her neighbors too through the window. Pointing her finger.
This is one of those things. This is where the internet has probably saved the local community, because you just know that before the internet and her ability to harass people from behind her laptop or computer screen, she would have been in charge of the local homeowners association or neighborhood watch, generally making your life a misery, measuring how long your grass is, whether you'd wiped down your sidings, whose car were parked where. She just would have been an absolute prize asshole to live around. And now she gets to share it with the world. Fuck the internet. Genuinely, though, I don't understand her complete focus and obsession on Nicolina and traitors. Like, I can understand you disagreeing with some things that they've done, and I can understand you making the odd video to make your point. But like, if you are clipping like 3, 4, 5 things a day, you've lost control of your life. That is some form of addiction, monomania, hyperfixation. And now you can go on about me diagnosing you, and I'm doing that deliberately because I don't give a damn. And once again, you're so sure about the things that everybody else does, and you're so sure about who is right and who is wrong. But you're just a massive hypocrite with no consistency whatsoever.
So there's that. Hey, Kim. Had to get that in there.
As I said, in the chat over at Traitors, I'm sure you've got the screenshot, Constance. I once had shingles, and was bought a lovely Chinese takeaway to cheer me up, which promptly gave me food poisoning. And that week was still more fun than one of your lives.
Her lives are pretty bad. I only caught in like just probably about 15 or 20 minutes before Bugsy and I decided to go ahead and hit the panel and challenge Heidi on all of the stories she was telling. But during that time, she's like eating. While she's live, you can hear her eating and all of that. Like, why do people do that? Can you not wait? Or are you live so long that you're starving to death and you can't end your live to go get something to eat? I don't know.
There's always the mute button.
Right?
It's a
maybe that's why.
Concept.
Maybe that's why she muted when I came up to talk, when she let Jenna just interrupt, and then dropped Bugsy. She dropped Bugsy.
That's okay.
Said that Bugsy was rude. Of all people, Bugsy, really? Come on.
I know, Archangel. It's gross.
Nothing says that you're a little wimp when you drop Bugsy from panel.
She just did. She didn't want us up there.
She couldn't handle Bugsy. She can't handle any of the other judges.
Yeah, right. I know. And she I think froze up when Pearl went up.
Yeah, I decided that I once I knew exactly what her stance was, which was pretty much exactly what I expected it to be. I was out of there. I just was not interested in hearing anything else that she got to say. Certainly wasn't going to waste my breath. Yeah, while we're talking about annoying mouth noises, the expanding epidemic of teeth sucking and lip smacking amongst a certain community. I've killed before. Admittedly, only plants, but the theory is the same. No, seriously, it's so annoying, and they're all doing it now. Drink more water. Get some denture fixative. I don't know what the problem is, but for the love of God.
Or I was listening to Traders this morning, going over the live with Shining and Jenna, or what's her name?
Her name is The Shining.
And then something else. So she has like two names. Like she has like
Eloise.
Eloise. Okay, yeah, she has like
Trader calls her
multiple
moon
personalities. Why does she not care about the people? Like, I get it. She doesn't care about the people that don't like her, right? So she's like, screw them. But she doesn't care about the people that actually are there to tune in every live that they're there. She cares nothing about their ears, their earbuds, anything. You've got Jenna, who is like, her volume's like low. It's notoriously low often. And then you have Eloise that's super loud, and she thinks it's funny to be like that, but that's like horrible on the people that actually care about listening to their live. I mean,
and there's
me,
a
I
very
can tune
easy
it out. I don't
solution.
really care.
There's a very easy solution. All that they have to do is turn Jenna up louder so that other people can turn both voices down to an
Correct.
acceptable volume. She doesn't have to change a single thing. It's the fault of both parties here. Just can't be bothered to balance out the volume.
Yeah, it's bad.
And it isn't just said by people who have an axe to grind, like we don't like them, but that's not why we're complaining. People who are perfectly neutral, who are just listening to other people review this channel, will say, what the hell is going on with that woman's sound?
Right, and she's punishing the people that actually like her. She's punishing them, thinking she's punishing us. We're happy to just turn it off. I mean, it's not a big deal to us, but it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, biting off your nose to spite your face.
I think Just Alison here has made an excellent recommendation. I co-sign this.
That's always an idea. That is always an idea.
Now, you see, Stars, they're going to say now that you've made it sexual, because, of course, the only thing that can ever be alluded to in the act of swallowing, for some reason, is sexual organs. Obviously, they never swallow anything else. Really
right?
Bizarre.
Although you can hear her swallowing lots of things because her volume is up so high, you can hear
Stars.
everything.
That's what I cannot listen to her voice. She is very obnoxious. And what was about the 15, 16 times from Purple? Anyone know what that was?
What 15, 16 times?
I don't know. I thought, are you trying to compete with what you said about 6 Up? But I can't remember what it was now.
Oh, that was Rowena made
Oh,
some
was that
point in Queen
Rowena?
Bee. She thought it was about 15 times that 6 Up had been struck. Yeah, attempts over the stretch of the year. That's not to say that all of them went through.
Yeah, Purple had shown her studio recently, and then she showed it a while back too. Purple has I've never seen somebody try to strike so many channels so many times before. She has a ton of them that she has attempted to strike. I don't understand. I mean, is she really that bad at understanding what the rules are? She certainly doesn't follow through with any of them as far as taking it to court or anything like that.
This
What's
point
the point?
here that that Drea's made, I did suspect that that was happening in one of the lives, but then I thought, no, why would you do that? But then, why wouldn't they? Also, I won't name the person, but I gather in the live somebody said that anybody who wasn't at Perps now, anybody who had left because they're attention seekers. Some people were unfairly bounced out of there for attempting to be neutral. So, no, it doesn't sort of. The allegation that anybody who was at Perps but isn't there now was some sort of attention seeker is just bullshit. I won't name that sub, but interestingly enough, the person who has been making these allegations that this side, them, they, the great those,
The dark waters.
the dark waters that go after subs, was criticising a former sub of Perps, and I believe a former sub of theirs, who was over in another channel saying that they weren't interested in going to Perps or Jenna's anymore. And not only did Jenna call out for them in Perps, she she spoke to them and criticised them directly on her live. You're the person who's making this big point of other people going after subs. Once again, it's projection. Your projector is always on. The things that you accuse others of are the things that you do yourself. And that is a case in point.
Also, I wanted to correct something that I heard Purple say or Jenna say. Actually, I'm not sure. It may have even been Heidi. I'm not actually sure who said it. But they said that Valoma said that she got a lot of emails from Purple subscribers about the comments that were made. And I don't believe that Valoma said that they came from Purple's subscribers, but that they came from people in the community.
Yeah, she said they came from people in the community. And it wasn't... Perp was only part of that conversation. It was a greater conversation that started with Zavgirl. And then it became a topic of conversation within the community. And then there was a whole thing that it was referenced that Heels had also got autopsy reports. Admittedly, that was a more public criminal case like Zavgirl's. But then these women were concerned that this is now becoming a more common thing on YouTube. And a thing that people then started threatening. It wasn't all about Purple. Purple was just one of the places where this sort of thing had been heard. So I don't know where this idea has come from that it began and ended with Perp talking about Tony. It's just ridiculous.
And also, I don't know where it began, where Purple thought that nobody ever had a problem with it before Valoma said something about it. And that just isn't true. People have been saying something about it this whole time. The whole time. I, for one, am glad that Valoma took notice and others have begun to take notice and see it, because we've been saying it the whole time. The whole time. And then Heidi last night tried to say something about Circle Jerks bringing Frank on because we just wanted her secrets. No, that wasn't the case. What we had brought Frank on for was the same thing that they had done to Tony, to so many others. But particularly at this time, it was to Frank, where anytime he went to speak, and because he does have like where he stutters a bit, they would just interrupt him, always interrupt him. And we wanted him to be able to come up on our panel and be able to say whatever it was that he had been trying to say without being interrupted. But then by the time that happened, these folks had him so convinced that we were up to no good and we're going to do some horrible things. And it just, he got real paranoid and wasn't able to say anything. But that was not the purpose. I think somebody made a joke like, we just came up here to hear about what he had to say about Heidi. But
yeah, Tanga said it, but it was just a flippant joke. The point was to allow him to come up and say whatever he wanted to say, and we did that. We muted out and said that the floor is yours. Take your time, say whatever you want. And we knew that it was 50-50, whether it was going to actually use that opportunity for something useful or whether he was just going to tell us to go fuck ourselves. It turned out to be the latter, and we were quite prepared for that, and we allowed him to get it off his chest and say it. And then when he was ready to drop down, he dropped down. What I find really, really irritating is the way that was presented last night as us ganging up on an
vulnerable
alcoholic,
person.
a
Right.
vulnerable person with mental issues who also had substance abuse issues, and that we were just luring him up there as some sort of sideshow in order to get to Heidi. Again, this is not about you, Heidi. This was about the fact that his life was being made a misery by allegations that he'd made threats against a minor child. And it was the fact that his life was made a misery and these allegations were repeated several places all over the internet that made us take the allegation that we were involved in threats against a toddler very seriously indeed. And that's why we pulled the Foyer. We were not going to sit back and let our reputations be blackened like this for several months in the same way as you'd done to Frank. And if you hadn't done that, we wouldn't have felt the need to find out exactly what you'd said to the police. And I would do it again.
And again.
If somebody accused me of threatening the life of a toddler, I would do it again.
Oh, that reminds me too. Let's talk about the FOIA we got on Heidi. The FOIA we got on Heidi was we actually did that just to be petty, to be honest. I'm just going to be straight out. It was petty because
she told
us to. She told us to. She said, went into the chat and announced that she had called the police and then issued us a challenge saying, good luck getting a FOIA, jerks, because I didn't call 911. Well, we all know that you don't have to call 911 in order to be able to FOIA the information. You know, smart people know this. So we're like, okay, challenge accepted. And that's why we got the FOIA on Heidi. And boy, was it worth it. She called the police on the Pooh channel and is now trying to claim that the police officer is falsifying documents.
Yes.
That is not what she said, and that he just he did it wrong.
This complete amateur of a detective wrote down a whole pile of bullshit because, you know, nothing's ever checked. It doesn't matter if it's not accurate. If you would like to see the details of exactly what was said in that FOIA, not the last live, but the live before that, you'll find it. And indeed, us creasing up, laughing about it again. I'll never forget the first day that we read that. Seriously, nobody could speak for about 10 minutes. It's just, and every time somebody mentioned one of the terms in there, everybody started laughing again. It was fantastic. My sides were killing me. And just the understatement of that police officer, the whole sort of And I informed Heidi that I would not be doing that.
Right. Oh, it was great.
It is worth looking at if you get the chance. Go back. I'm not going to play it again because unfortunately the video that it's on has got Fleetwood Mac music in it, which is very appropriate, but also hella copyright. So just go back and watch the last one. Well, the one before last.
We might play it again on a members live where we don't worry about all that copyright business.
Yeah, members only live. We're not worrying about the copyright. We'll be doing the original Jerks intro, playing things that, are going to get us struck down any other time. So yes, free for all.
Yep. But so word of advice, don't challenge us about getting a Foyer because we just might. It doesn't take very long. Literally, that was within a few days. She said it, we had it. Especially if we think it's going to be entertaining. And boy, was that worth it. I'm so glad that we went ahead and said, let's do that.
I hope you're okay, Michelle. Yes, I missed the original Jerk music. I love the fact that we've got it on the soundboard in the Discord, even though it's just a little snippet.
Yeah, we all miss it. When we hear it come on that soundboard, we're like, oh.
Our Discord soundboard is pretty damn good, it has to be said.
It's really good.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Michelle. I'm glad to hear you're okay. I was a bit worried when you said that you needed to lie down. I was going to say, look, if you think that you've got anything that is worrying in any way, please go and get medical advice.
I think she was just telling her company that so she could sneak off and watch the Jerks in peace.
secret Jerk listening.
Right?
Oh, she's curled up with wee Frosty.
Oh.
Yeah, the yes stars, the Bugsy F-bombs will have to go on the soundboard.
Oh, definitely. We're going to use that all the time. That button's going to get worn out.
I particularly enjoy TJ's soundboard quotes. Wendy, you either know what's coming or you're not prepared for what's coming. Be advised.
Uh-oh, Soup is trying to bail on us. She's trying to find somebody to come screen share for us. Look at her in chat. Soup, come back. Everybody's waiting to find out about the Oreos.
Well, I presume that JBT is busy. Have we got oh, she's coming.
Okay. That worked? I can't believe that worked. Hurry up, eat your Oreos now before she gets here.
Hey, is that Matthew in the chat? Did I just see somebody say hi to Matthew?
Matthew's here.
Matthew.
Oh, sorry, I went to add her and I removed her. Again?
It's your panel was where this alleged fake Foyer was read out. I would love to get a quote from you about the fact that this is an absolute lie. And
What jerk went up there and read it?
Yes,
On your
name
panel,
and
Matthew.
shame. Name and shame the jerk.
Oh, and Constance Sue said that she was friends with the jerks because she knew we. I did catch that bit of information we were wondering about.
She said she was friends with us because she knew we.
Yeah. Well,
No,
somebody said, "What jerk are you friends with?" Because we all remember, we were all like, "I don't know her."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it turns out it was we. We was the culprit.
I find it hard to believe that we is friendly with somebody like Constance Stew.
You see we's comment here.
Okay, have we prepped them for what's coming up?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna let you all get them ready for this. I'll be back and forth. I hate doing this. The makeup, y'all, the makeup. Oh.
Okay, I was listening to the whole Cher and Don of it all. As you know, we covered the whole falling out that they had a couple of episodes ago, where Cher dared to consider Tim Mullen a suspect and discuss him as a possible suspect in Summer's disappearance, and Don totally freaked out. Now, it's debatable whether substances were involved or not. I cannot say. No one really can say without some sort of test. It's nothing more than an educated guess. But he was very Don in his behaviour, dropping the N-bombs, calling her everything under the sun. Wouldn't answer a simple, straightforward question like, where did you meet Tim Mullen? I mean, why that has to be top secret stuff, I do not know. It doesn't seem to be a complex question. Anyway, I saw in the recommendeds Granny's Watching talking about this very subject. And I thought, well, float over and see whether there's any more details. And oh boy, did I get more than I expected to hear.
It's
I
wild.
had no idea about this. I was not prepared.
Shout out to
I
Granny
knew.
watching.
Yes, shout out to Granny's Watching. Don't strike us, please. I knew that they sort of met online, and then Cher had gone up to Canada, and it had all become very intense very quickly. But the grim reality the first 24 hours went down was something I was not prepared for. So we're going to watch Granny's Watching. We could probably skip the first 5 or 6 minutes because it's all going to be hellos and stuff.
Well, I've got it at 36. It seemed like that's where whoever was watching it last, which it could have been me, had it. Is that where you wanted it?
I think it's much earlier than that. I think it's better.
Okay. I think it's in about the first 10 minutes.
Yes, it's in the first 10 minutes.
Okay. I like a YouTuber that gets straight into it. Doesn't waste too much time. All right, y'all, here we go. Shout out to Granny's Watching.
Y'all hear and see for yourself. Hey, Jinx. It's good to have you again. Thank you. Glad it doesn't have Summer, but Cher hoping to help Cher. But what was it? Like, let me make this man fall in love with me, feed my ego, and at the same time, maybe I'll get insider scoop. What was the end plan? I mean, this right here is like tragedy pimp 101. This is like definition tragedy pimp. Woman inserts herself into the missing case of a 5-year-old girl, befriends the family, the parents, and sends the father nudes. What is that? She is something, that's for sure. Can you blame her? Can you blame her? Honestly, they should have shut up from the very beginning. I get it. They thought they were going to help out, spread awareness on Summer's name. But it came the Don and Candace show. That's it.
True story.
News for the exclusives. Okay. Listen, I don't get it. I'm sure most of you don't get it because we don't think this way. Gross is an understatement. She has a partner. He has a partner. What are you thinking or doing? And listen, don't mind the bags under my eyes. I literally barely slept last night. I just looked and saw. I'm not even going to look at myself. Seedy people. Well, so again, he didn't really get to answer, but he did say like, well, she was like, the one you didn't like was my ass. But that's been on my Facebook. That's classy. I mean, don't we all have like photos of our bare ass on our Facebooks? As you know, especially when like you're a professional woman.
That got me tickled. Yeah, that's how we say hello these days. Somebody,
With
where's
nuts.
Tiffany? Where's Tiffany? Tell them how you say hello, Tiffany.
Lord, I don't get it. Right. Well, she's always flirted with him. She's always flirted with him. He probably doesn't care. In my opinion, he's as bad as her. Hey, sweetie. Air Force vet. I didn't see you, but I see Miss Blissful saying hi. Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump into this one. You guys all prepared? I am going to turn off my camera because I have to wear my son's goofy gaming headphones. And yeah, we've all had experience with me with goofy headphones on, and brings back the times. No class, no ass. Yeah, so she goes all into it. And honestly, she sounds like she's proud of it. But then again, it's bringing her content, it's bringing her views, right? What is she going to do? If she's going to go do this trashy stuff, she needs to get out of true crime and go to OnlyFans. Just on the road. That's the reason I stopped watching her. Too chummy with on. Oh, there is, Jason. There is. Amy, hello. I think she flirts with everyone, male. I mean, we're talking about flirting with like the prime suspect of a 5-year-old missing little girl's case. Okay.
I don't want to bring this to the true crime of it all, but she has a good point. She just does. It's weird that she flirted with Dawn. She had a thing for Benny. All that brother, I never fell for it. No.
It was weird.
So when you know, it's one thing if she wants to go ahead and flirt and send nudes, and listen, she can do what she wants to do. She's a grown-ass woman. It's none of our business. But when you make it our business is when it involves a little girl whose name you use to climb the ladder. Okay. There's a problem with that. There's an absolute problem with that. Zero respect for not only Candace, but even herself and Prairie Man, Wolf Boy. Prairie Wolf, I think his name is. Prairie Boy, I mean. Goofy gaming headphones.
I don't
something or another.
I don't understand his name either. I don't know how I come up with that. It's like Tiger Lily over there. Yeah.
Kind of want to see that. Yeah, they're very goofy. Being a dirty content creator is bad. It's each your own, make that bag, but don't do it off the back of Miss Child. Amen. That's exactly what I was just saying. Yep. I mean, all right, Gary, you've unwagered with me. I can go ahead and share with you. All right. So why in God's name would she do that? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I guess we could hear from her herself why she would do that. I think she thinks it's cute.
That's a different Yaya.
Who remembers that? Who remembers when they went live shortly after meeting?
Yeah, because when I heard her say that, I had to go look, and it was a
So did I.
Yeah, I was like, what? No.
Upcoming now, information you may not want to hear. Trigger warning, trigger warning. Abort, run to the exits. Put your Oreos down.
Put it down. Here we go. We're getting into it. Again, shout out to Granny's watching. She did the work.
They uploaded their nude photos together, and they were live for what, 24 hours? And you could hear them having relations in the bedroom. But she also definitely did eat Oreos off his ass.
And there you go.
Butt eating cookie. Yes, that is that.
Whole new meaning to get your cookie. I'm just saying.
Right away, I have so many questions. So many questions. How did we get here? How does this... Like I said, I got a lot of questions. I'll let her continue.
And then, like I said, we all, heard her having their little relations in the bedroom, which I don't know about any of you, but yeah, I'll pass. I will most certainly pass on that one. Forgot to turn off the live while I don't even think they forgot. They were streaming 24 hours. They knew what they were doing. Yes, the literals. I don't even want to. Yeah, listen, I'm not trying to traumatize you all. Let's just carry on with this. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you coming here for the different content. I know
Okay, for those who didn't catch the
majority of us
details, the people who remember the first 24 hours of Mark and Cher getting together, it involved nude photos, unfortunate sort of sound of them having sexual relations,
I had no idea.
and the discovery that Cher likes to eat her Oreos off Mark's butt. I don't know whether she likes to put them in the slot and nibble or balance them on the butt cheek.
Listen, when I tell y'all, I did not know the history of Mark and Cher like that. Damn you, Pearl.
No, I didn't either.
I got a mental image, Pearl. Did
Thank
do
you,
this
tragedy
on a live
pimps.
stream? Did they do this on a live stream though?
It was a 24-hour live stream, apparently. When she got there, they did a 24-hour live. That's where
That
all
is-
these sounds and stuff were heard. So, I don't know.
There was sufficient viewage for them to know who was eating, whose butt was involved, and the brand of cookie. I would say
Right?
that people could see specifically.
Pearl, I heard that giggle. So here we go.
And people think it's atrocious that the English dunk biscuits in their tea.
Look what these Canadians do.
Summer and Don. Come here. Come on, we're going to do this publicly.
Sorry, y'all. I got to get back to where I was. I jumped ahead when I hit play. Give me a second.
That
Literally
happened
got
when
good old
she's
Cher
throwing
there
her
over here.
Oreos away.
Snow, when you let drunks up on your... He'd regret it because they were... Yeah, I saw that. There's still no updates when it comes to Robert Card. Unbelievable. No updates.
Well, a lot of people were, I guess, new to see that exchange between Don and I, but it's not the first time that it's happened. It's happened maybe once or twice privately where it wasn't live, but it's happened once before live. But it was more so me and Candace flipping out on each other than Don. But yes, he did. Hi, David. He did have regrets. I was thinking he might because...
Okay, so for those who are unaware, Don has recently freaked out on Cher, as he's done many times. Can we blame the guy? You know, Cher's one of those people that were ride or die, and you can trust me, don't talk to any other YouTubers. And it seems the minute that he did go and speak to other YouTubers is when Cher would come back and be like, Don's a piece of shit, he's lying, he knows what happened this summer. Like, her whole mood would change. Does anybody else recall that?
Yes, Granny's watching. I recall it all too well. And your commentary on this is 100. I really enjoy this because this is something that always irked my soul about Cher. 1 minute you'd see her up there windmilling for Dawn, and then he'd go to jail or go talk to another YouTuber, and she'd be like, "You want me to put out these messages where you said this and you said that?" I'm like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Are you his friend or no? And as soon as he went to jail, y'all remember that. Hey, she was ready to put it all out there. I think she put quite a bit out.
It was like the never ending spin. Thank you so much, Derek Guy. Granny, sorry to derail you, but wanted you to know that Mr. Carr was never deployed to an active combat duty. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys recall that because it happened very often. I mean, matter of fact, one of the first videos I ever did, again, was me calling out Cher because she was like going on and on that Don and Candace did something this summer right when it all came out. And then the minute she became in contact with them, suddenly, her opinion had changed. So, yeah, that is the operations of no other than Cher.
So yeah, I mean, listen, I know I wasn't proud of stooping that low, but if I was to private that show or delete it or whatever, people will like accused me of whatever, or I'm trying to hide shit for Dawn, or whatever they're going to accuse me. So that's why I left it public. That
Okay, so over here, her moderator said, I knew he'd regret it because they were drunk. Yeah, it's pretty. So what was her intentions? Right. What was her intentions? Was it a quick like ego feed? Like I don't know about all of you. I think we've all regret dating some people that we've dated, right? Or we regret like interactions we've had with people. But I have never felt the need to send nudes to a man that I had no interest in. There.
Did she send nudes to Dawn Wells? Because it seems like I saw a community wall post.
Yep. That's what they're saying, that she sent her nudes
To Dawn.
to Dawn.
Yes. And well, she at least owns up to a bare backside that apparently is also on her Facebook. So
Wow.
she claims that she didn't send him anything that isn't on her social media. But then why would he see it as something that he could use as a pressure point to upset her if that was the case?
It
It doesn't really make sense.
Why would you send your nudes
to Dawn,
to a parent of a missing child? Why? Why?
I've got nothing on this. These people over here are weird.
Super weird.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm
no.
not just saying that to like, they're weird. This ain't true crime. Well, it's a crime. It's truly a crime, but not in the sense that, when we came here, we thought it's just like a soap opera, a redneck soap opera.
Had to be an alternative motive. I'm sure Cher's going to say some goofy shit like, oh, I just wanted to get his trust, to gain his trust, while completely disrespecting no other than Candace. And again, you don't have to have respect for them. Many people don't. But this is somebody who presented herself to them as trustful, as a helping hand. I have your best interest in heart. She literally coached them on how to speak. She would coach Dawn on what to say prior to coming on here, right? Who remembers that? When she would literally be like, well, I'm the one that told Dawn he should say this, this, or this. I'm the reason Dawn said this. I'm the reason Dawn did that.
I do remember that.
It's all
And
pretty fucking gross.
I also remember that she apparently either linked him to videos of other parents or sent him videos of other parents to sort of give him some idea of how to deal with press questioning. But it was fully on sort of coached. I don't believe that is a supportive thing to do. You should not be you're effectively interfering. If you're coaching people on how to present themselves at the point where they're still being in the initial stages of the investigation, where getting some feel for how the family represents themselves and the family's background is really important, and you're encouraging them to distort that by behaving a certain way, you're directly interfering. I know that might seem like an over-exaggerated term, but I don't know any other way to express it.
I don't either. And I remember those days when she would have him put on the button-up shirt at the church, using the church Wi-Fi, and coming on to present himself a certain way. I thought all that was weird as well. I'm sorry. I just do. If I was going to do an interview with someone, I wouldn't coach them along the way. You want it to be authentic as possible.
Right. It does.
You're literally helping.
I was just gonna say, I don't think that Dawn's the only one that she's tried to do that with. I feel like that happened with the
Chris. Wasn't she heavily involved in the Chris Watts case?
That I don't know, because that was before my time on YouTube. Yeah. But with the little Simon baby, right?
Oh yeah.
Their family, she got real involved with and was telling them what to say, and
My God, she sent a banner of herself down there. I don't care who likes her. I don't give a damn. That's
a banner like the size of the gate. It was like, I'll never get over that. That
I
was
will never, as long as I'm here, that will be one of my memories. Okay.
advertising on a suspect's home. I mean, you can't make that stuff up.
No.
A man suspected in his daughter's disappearance basically perceive himself to the world as a decent person. I've never understood that. I've never understood why anybody would get that involved, so overly involved, to the point where you are now coaching people on how they should behave during an active investigation. An active investigation. So this is Cher's history on here. This has been Cher's thing this entire time. When it comes to Don and Candace, I don't think there's any real explanation to anything she's ever done. I don't think any of it was ever in good cause or with good reason. I think this is just who the hell she is.
I think she's right about that.
I couldn't agree more. It's just who she is. And any excuses that she's always come, because, she's always got her lame reasons for why she's done what she's done. They never make sense to me. Ever. Was there more to this stream? Because I got thrown off by the Oreos.
I think that was the heart of it.
That's
Pearl?
the heart of it.
Yeah, I think that that was the standout point for me. I mean, I have enjoyed Granny's Watching's commentary, and I think it's excellent. I would encourage you, if you're interested and you aren't aware of some of these things, to go over and listen. It's a good listen.
And she's
yeah,
smart.
I was so so taken aback by the Oreos thing and the whole 24-hour stream with the sex noises in the background. It's just sort of, I was not aware of that.
I
I
wasn't.
wasn't either.
I can't give you a timestamp, so it's not worth looking for it. But they do circle back around, and apparently a tattoo was involved. Cher also got a tattoo, so like right at the very beginning.
Of course
yeah.
she did. Of course. Oh my gosh, they're so weird. Why? Every time I hear something about Cher's history on here, it's like, really? She did that? That happened? Wow. And it does go back to Chris Watts. A lot of y'all are OGs in this sector, and every time Cher's brought up, I learn more and more about her. And it seems like a lot of people go back to the Chris Watts. I guess Cher has a thing for windmilling, for voices behind the suspects. Shout out to Pearl, who did an excellent job on that video. Pearl has a thing for suspects. Or Pearl, shit.
We all keep doing that to Pearl lately.
Oh my God, you're outing me again. Nobody knows about my pen pal hobby and my 5 prison marriages.
It's really her that, the Oreo thing. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. But she has a thing, Cher, not Pearl, for suspects. Why? What is the deal? And I hate to get too much into her person. No, I don't. She brought it all to YouTube. So I'm going to bring my thoughts to YouTube as well. Does this have something to do with her father? Just a thought. I'm not.
I wonder.
It does smack a little of daddy issues, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
one of the things that I found most discomforting in the whole shit show that was the massive $300 banner on a suspect's house, definitely the house of a missing child, was the fact that one of the photographs that was put on that banner was Cher's father, a man who had served time for several murders.
Yes.
Really, really seriously questionable. Also, slightly freaky that the pictures that they chose made Mark and Cher's dad look like before and after age progressions. Very, very creepy. It's something that hadn't struck me until I saw the banner, and then I thought, "Ooh, daddy issues out the wazoo!" Oh my God.
I think that made everybody gasp. I mean, when you saw that banner and you got what she used to call him, Daddy Cher or some weird crap like that.
Something weird like that.
Papa Cher, wasn't it?
Papa Cher, yeah. And then you got Mark and her on a banner for a child at the time we all know the story. It was just tacky. It was just not in good taste. Everything about it was bad. I thought at the time, how are her hardcore supporters going to support this? Well, they found a way, which is an amazing thing here on YouTube. Can y'all hear me?
We're listening, darling. We're listening.
Oh, everything went silent. I thought it was the YouTube. I mean, Wi-Fi. Sorry. What was I talking about? Oh, how were they going to support this? But it's an amazing thing on YouTube. Doesn't seem to really matter what the person does, as long as you carry a wrench in their chat and you like them. They can send a banner like that to. Man, I just thought she would get more backlash, but she didn't get enough.
I mean, I say this as somebody who supported Ziggy far too long.
Yeah.
Woke up late to the day. I mean, I'll admit that I was already sort of tuning Ziggy out even while I was in the chat. I enjoyed the chat. I enjoyed the people in the chat. And if I'd have put a bit more effort into being a bit more discerning, I would have exited long before we got to the stage where Cindy was hurt. But at the point where Cindy was exploited, that was me done. There was no sort of continuing support when that sort of thing had happened. And while I can understand people staying longer than they should have, I do think that some things become such a breaking point that I don't understand how people stay in support of that creator. I mean, the banner would have done me with Cher. That would have been a real issue. And if you survived the banner, the whole sending nude pictures to a married man whose child is missing, very questionable, especially if she's in a relationship and he's in a relationship.
Right.
And it just smacks of exploitation of a relationship in order to try and get some sort of insider information. Every level of it is creepy.
Yes.
I would exit. If you haven't exited at that stage, then you're probably never going to, and you just need to own the fact that you're there for the long haul, whatever shit she pulls.
Yeah.
Very much like Benny's supporters. If you're still there with Benny now, you're always going to be there with him, and just own the fact that there's nothing that he can do that you won't support.
Amen. Yep. I agree.
Cam has been putting things on TikTok.
Oh, God.
And one of the points that he made was that they're not asking for money, but people still giving them money. He sees that as the Lord's providence. I see it as people who are blinded by the reality of what is going on and still choose to believe that somehow they're on the right side of God with this. I would urge you to turn the volume off and just watch him.
Yes, that's actually, yeah. And he's got purple
And if
hair.
you still, at the end of that, think that he hasn't got a problem, then I've got nothing for you. It doesn't matter to me. The argument about chain of custody, regardless of the fact that that might be a legally solid excuse as to making some sort of legal dispute with Child Protective Services, it doesn't matter to me how illegal or questionable that hair follicle sample test was. If children test positive for drugs on a hair follicle sample, there is a serious issue. And please think about what you are supporting. We really did have hopes that Cam could pull his life around, and we did support him. And then when it became obvious to us that there was no solution he couldn't find a problem for, and there was no problem that didn't ultimately come down to money for him, then we had to step back. And we hated doing that because we were really concerned about those children. Thankfully, they are happy, healthy, safe, clean, well looked after.
Yes.
I know that people don't want to hear that, but it is the reality. And sometimes it's safer for a child to be with somebody else who will love them when their parents aren't capable of caring for them. It doesn't matter how much they love them. If they can't care for them, there's an issue. Please think about what you're doing when you watch these things and you want to just carry on believing that it's all just going to suddenly be all right without
Yeah.
any intervention. Your good intentions could have really damaging consequences. I say that as somebody who's also given.
Mhm.
And I regret that now, but it is what it is. It's done.
Yeah.
And I really do urge people to think about what they're doing. I don't mean that to sound over the top and preachy, but I am really concerned that some people are going to carry on funding this to the bitter end, and there's going to be a tragedy, and then you're going to have to think about the consequences of what you were involved in, and that is not going to be an easy night to sleep.
No, those kids need their parents to get healthy and clean so that they can parent them. If there's any chance of those kids being with their parents, it's going to be if the parents do the work. The parents are going to have to do the work, and they can't do that if we continue to send them money that they use for the wrong things.
And you can tell when a person is still in a state of victimhood instead of looking at themselves as a me versus me. And I'm going to tell y'all, Cam is still searching, looking, craving, needing, wanting to be a victim right now. And until he gets out of that mindset, nothing you send, nothing you type, nothing you say is going to change where he's at right now.
It is. It's really sad, and I would like to emphasise Wee Frosty's comment here on the screen. If you are close to Cam, if by any chance Cam's listening to this, 6UP's offer of faith-based couples rehab, you would not have to be separate. You would be supported. She can hook you up with that. She's made this offer before and the offer still stands. Hey, Nana for Life. Can I just say, well, Nana for Life is here as well. Shout
Amen.
back to our last episode. On our community tab, we have the wish list for summer's Christmas tree for the missing children. If you want to provide an ornament via the wish list, or there's the address there if you choose to make something and send it, that's available on our community wall if you want to support it.
You do have to put in that address if you do order from the wish list. It doesn't automatically populate. So
that's true. It hasn't been set up with an automatic address, but the address is there in that post. The same address for sending handmade ornaments is the address that you need to put in when you're buying from the wish list. It's not complicated. You can just cut and paste it.
Yeah, you just have to double check. Otherwise, you might accidentally send the ornament to yourself. So
that's always the danger with wish lists, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you have to. If you don't put the address where it needs to be sent to, like when you normally order from Amazon, Amazon knows like, hey, this is the address you want it shipped to. You just don't even you're on autopilot and you think.
Right.
So if you order from a wish list, you always want to double check where it's being sent to so that it actually goes to
good to know
the person instead of you.
Yeah, that's good to know. All right, ladies, I hate to hop up and hop back down, but the little one's got a little dance tonight and we've got to finish this getting ready thing.
Well, tell her I hope she has so much fun.
Oh, she's so excited.
It is exciting, right?
Yeah, it is. It's fun. All right. I love y'all.
Did you
See ya.
manage, just before you go, did you manage to prize her out of her Halloween costume? Because I know you bought it and then she didn't want to part with it.
Oh, she's back in it now for the dance.
Yeah, she's going to a Halloween dance.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that? I didn't know whether it was a dance recital or oh, well, I hope she has a fantastic time.
Oh, she's
And I
so
hope we get to
excited.
see some pictures later.
Yeah, I'm going to send some.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can't wait.
All right. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right. Talk in a bit.
Catch you later, babe.
Halloween's so fun when you're a kid. I think even grown-ups have fun with Halloween, though, don't they? A lot of grown-ups still like to get all dressed up. And how about you guys? Do you guys dress up for Halloween?
No, I've never celebrated Halloween. I don't. It's not a big thing. It's just that when I was younger, very strict church background, and it was a big no-no. And also at the time, it was not as big a cultural deal as it is in Ireland and America. You know, England didn't have the same sort of thing with it, so it wasn't really a thing. But it is very much a thing now, and my kids enjoy dressing up, and you know, sort of my nieces and nephews enjoy dressing up. We don't actually get many trick-or-treaters at all because we live at the end of a long sort of cul-de-sac in a not particularly busy area, so we don't get much passing trade, shall we say. Most of the people who live around us are not really of the generation where they're sort of in between. Their children are too old and their grandchildren are not old enough, sort of thing. I suppose in the next few years we might. I don't know.
There for a while at my house, you'd buy candy and hardly give any out. You just didn't get many trick-or-treaters. And the last 2 Halloweens have been very busy. One time year before last, I thought I had run out of candy, but luckily there was 2 more bags. But yeah, I was very concerned there for a minute, like, oh no, we're running out of candy. But it has been busy, so I'm hoping it'll be busy again. I enjoy seeing the kids come up in their costumes. And I don't care if they're big kids, little kids, everybody's getting candy.
Yeah, I don't see the distinction now. I think if somebody's made the effort to dress up, I'm not ageist about it. I wouldn't be.
Right.
Is this a serious thing? I don't know enough about hair follicle tests. I know that sort of like there's always rumours of how to get round things. Is this a serious thing? Do people think that if they dye their hair, it's going to affect the test? I mean, I'm not doubting it. I don't know enough about the situation.
Maybe he's dyed his hair for something for Halloween too, you know.
Could be. Nana for life, you are always welcome, dear. Thank you so much for coming up and talking to us.
Yes.
Oh, we enjoy our visits with her.
Very much. And you, honestly, so much support for your work. I know that financially you like to keep it clean and sort of separate from everything, but I think it's lovely that people are going to have the opportunity to send decorations and ornaments for this tree. And I love the idea of all these missing children being in little individual frames and there being a QR code on the back so people can read it with their phone, find out all the details. That's just such a fantastic idea.
And if you're wanting to send money and Nana says no, what I would urge you to do is go find a community tree in your community with needy children and go make some wishes come true for kids in your
that's
community.
A brilliant idea.
I
Pass it on. Do that in Summer's name. Make some other little child happy.
We do that in
a summer gift.
We do that for
some of the child in need.
We collect food to take to the kids at one of the elementary schools by our church, and it's sad because some of these kids come to school. Yes, they get breakfast, But they're still hungry. We don't know. You don't know what they get when they get home, if they get anything.
Yeah, some kids have it pretty tough. So
Yes, they do.
you know, they're the churches, and you see them in the malls sometimes, in Walmart sometimes will have the wish trees, and you can just pull a ticket off of there and purchase some of the items on there, and then take it up to like the customer service desk, and they'll make sure that it gets to the child that's wishing for that.
And
So
collect blankets. Give blankets, and if you've got extra clothes to give away, take that too. People are always in need, especially now with everything so expensive.
Horsewoman says that most schools have Christmas tree wish lists for needy children, so that's another spot you could check. But
Yeah,
I bet you won't have
exactly.
to look very hard to find
I bet you won't
find a
either.
wish list to go be Santa for. And
Horsewoman, I love
it gives
that.
you such, it just gives you the best feeling to do that, you know, to completely be the Santa for this child you don't know, but you know
Yeah,
on
lean on me.
Christmas morning you're going to make them smile.
I know a family like that too, and I try to help as much as I can. It's crazy. I had sent them Eliza, this little boy. He's how old? He's not a little boy so much anymore. He's 15, but his responsibility is doing the laundry, and he used the idea of using the vinegar, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. But I sent them some Downy. He was so excited. I was like, what kid gets excited about Downy? He was so excited. He said,
Because he must take his chores seriously
he
and want to
does.
do it the best way he
But
can. That's
he
awesome.
also he said he can smell the vinegar on his clothes, and he wanted something that smelled good. I have never smelt the vinegar.
He might
So
be
he
putting
might
too much. You might
that's
want
what
to
I
put
wondered.
less. Yeah, you might
Yes,
want to put
exactly.
less.
So I get
Probably
it,
about a quarter cup would be plenty.
but to see kids excited, I guess they were doing a happy dance. I was like, are you serious? I will do this all the
Wow.
time.
See, sometimes the simplest thing can bring so
I
much
know.
joy. It's awesome.
And some
I love
kids
it.
would never think of that, but these kids have been taught to appreciate everything.
Yeah, my grandson likes cooking stuff. He likes, like, he
Yes.
got a griddle and he was super excited about that. And
He's so amazing. He's so amazing. I know. These kids, they pull at your heart. And I was telling somebody in the chat, I watched something today about child trafficking, and that just tore my heart out. So I'm like, we
I
don't
like
realize.
that. Nana for you see, Nana for Life says we also have a blessing tree in downtown
Ooh,
Kingsport. We put baggies with socks, toiletries,
that's a
and
great
snacks.
idea.
So those that are in need can just go get it. And that's pretty cool.
So we have blessing boxes around here, and it's for food. And I believe and then there's another box for books for the kids so they can read them and put them back or keep them, whatever they want to do.
Yeah, that's the ones that I have taken part in. Kiki's Eyes is the ones at Walmart, because I'm there anyway, and I can just grab a name and go shop
See,
for
that's
them
a good
too.
idea. Yes.
Sometimes I try to pick the big kids because I feel like they're the ones that get left on the trees.
They get left out, yes. Nobody thinks they really need much.
I want everybody to smile all the time, but especially at the holidays.
Exactly. I agree. That's why I was so excited when a 15-year-old got excited about Downing.
Right?
I mean, he's 15. But
yeah, but he saw the Downy as a luxury item.
Yes.
Yes. I know this seems early in the day, but if you end up at Christmas with toiletries, or your kids end up with toiletries that they don't want, rather than stacking them away somewhere or possibly passing them on. Women's shelters and homeless shelters will always take toiletries from you
Oh, they do.
because
Yes.
they're an expensive item, and somebody who has spent several nights on the street and is getting a night in a shelter is going to love the luxury of being able to take something nice to the shower with them. And certainly women who have left with nothing and find
Right.
themselves in shelters really
Man, I'd rather do
appreciate.
that than get anything myself. That is the biggest gift, is to watch people's kids' eyes light up.
Yeah,
To
it's a
be
great
so
idea because
thankful.
a lot of people do get those. A lot of those bath soap. What do you call it? Body wash and
Yes, yes.
lotions, and they don't necessarily. It might not be their favorites or whatever, but donating those to like Pearl says a shelter where they can go in and actually smell like something, a little perfumey might make them
Mhm.
feel pretty special after having such a rough time. New underwear and toiletries are also a winner, we says.
Great ideas, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, she gives them sleeping bags and food. That's so amazing.
So much great ideas.
Lean on me. I don't care if it's spaghetti or what it is. If it's Chinese food, I just don't care. It's about being together and just enjoying one another's company.
I've
So
kind of got to that point the last few years to where before it always felt like it needed to be this, and this whole extravagant thing where you just spend most of your time just working and cooking and stuff like that. And we have definitely simplified it down to now make it much easier and spend more time as family and less time working and cleaning.
you come in here to ruin my buzz, Alabama girl. I'm at the beginning hit. All I hear is hypocrisy from you all. Sit in Trader's chat when she says the stuff she does. Token dead kid. Wow. I don't even know what you're talking about. If you're talking about her past, she's trying to work through that. You
Yeah,
don't understand. People have a past.
my point of view, Alabama girl, is we've never claimed to have any great purity. We've never claimed that we don't tend to favour people that we like. It's Constance Sue's ability to pretzel herself into the situation where she gives a pass to people that she likes, like Jimbo, who goes real life, or like Heels, who goes real life, and yet is so outraged by the words that come out of Traitor's mouth. What is more offensive? Don't get me wrong. Token dead kid, I don't find that appropriate, and I understand how people find it really offensive. Also, Trayvon Martin's face being talked about as having a great honking nose and the image needing to be photoshopped before it was handed out to the public and going through his mum's social media. And yet Constance stands by the person who did that. That's what gets me. I am not claiming any great purity. I like Traitors.
I'm
There are
not either.
almost certainly things that Traitors has done that I would be appalled by. I am not defending them. I don't
None of us
say
have
that
defended
she
that.
is untouchable or uncriticisable. That's not true of Constance with Jimbo, is it? So I would say that you should balance your judgment. I feel like you've come in here already with your perception focused one way, and you're entitled to do that. But don't expect me to bend over backwards and grovel. And I stand by my points. And if that's a problem for you, I can't help you.
Well said, cracking asses. What about her deceased brother? I don't like talking about that and stuff. That hurts her.
No,
When
yeah.
when my son's
Ooh.
name is brought up and used as a troll name, yeah, it hurts. It pisses me off. It's wrong. It's so low to go for any of us. But I'm gonna keep standing.
We've
I'm
had
not gonna be.
we've had children that have passed connected to jerk members here used to troll. I've been on the receiving end of people who think it's hilarious to have a dead Pearl account or to hope that I die in agony. That is trolling on the internet. I don't see myself as an exception in any way, and I am not going to defend anybody who does that sort of thing. Equally, I'm not going to be judged for not judging.
Right.
I'm afraid that if you're going to think you're going to come in here and make me feel some kind of way, you're going to be really disappointed.
Ditto. I second what Pearl just said. All of it. All of it.
I agree too.
Yes, and if you don't have a problem with the absolute obscenity of transphobia that came out of Jenna's mouth a couple of weeks ago, and Constance apparently doesn't have a problem with it, I won't take any lectures from you, Constance, or indeed any of your supporters. Anyway,
Next.
now that moment has been ruined, I feel it's a suitable moment to replay this.
I have a comment to make.
Okay.
Purple, fuck you. Heidi, fuck you. I don't say that word too often. And fuckity fuck tards. That's what you are. You're a bunch of liars. Thank you. Now say.
Thank you kills me. Next time, Julie, next time don't say thank you.
Okay, I'll try to remember that.
You have no thanks to give when you do that.
I made a post on Purples, and then nobody commented, so I went back and I typed my own reply and said, "Well said, Bugsy."
I love that.
Bugsy, next time just let us know. We'll go comment for you, honey.
Okay. I couldn't help it. I'm sure I got by the manager got erased. Sorry, you hear my dog in the background. She's talking. Riley, shh.
That was dog speak for fuck you, Purple. Fuck you,
Yeah,
Heidi.
it was. Oh no, she's got her dragon. I have to move so she doesn't hit me with it. She starts slinging it and then she hits me.
I agree.
Oh wait.
I agree. It's totally uncalled for.
Yep. It is pure evil. I agree, Dree.
But we kind of know where that's coming from, so
we do.
Yeah, I
become expected from them.
I also feel that Alabama Girl might not be aware of the fact that we have put up with an awful lot of bullshit the last few weeks. The things that we have been accused of supporting. We're part of an international child grooming network. We support that. And we support scammers, and we are scammers. And we make up Foyer documents that include crimes. We fake police documents, claim them as Foyers, and go up on panels and read them out. The bullshit is it's neck deep. We're not living on some sort of cloud here. We are aware of how extreme this bullshit goes. So please don't come in here lecturing us like we came down in the last show, because we didn't.
You know, the way I feel like maybe she should go ask Purple. Purple's been hoarding rats' asses. So maybe you can go ask Purple if she gives a rat's ass, because she never gives them out. She'll always tell you she doesn't give a rat's ass. So if she has a ton of them, go find out. Go ask her if she has any to give you. You're not going to find them here. Okay, shout out to Springboks.
The Springboks, yeah. World Rugby Champions 2023. And South Africa takes its rugby very, very seriously.
Well, congratulations to them. I don't really understand rugby, so.
It's a bit like American football with fewer stops and less padding. But one of the things that is so important about rugby in South Africa is when apartheid was eventually coming to an end, the original mixed team of people from both black and white and cultures, all South African culture, it was a big, big deal, and they were very successful. And so it's massively important on almost every level in South Africa.
Wow, neat. That is very cool. I think probably the best part, were you able to have power to be able to watch that happen?
I never considered that. I presume they do have power because she's online.
Right.
So hopefully it lasted all the way through. Oh, did they beat Ireland? I don't know who they were playing.
Did you say they were playing Ireland? Is Wee Frosty sad now? Oh, that is quite the... That's like Griffey versus Wee. Please say it ain't so. Oh, they suspended load shedding for the match. That's how big of a deal it is there. That'll tell you right there. That's cool. I'm excited for y'all.
This is an important point. I mean, I know that gas is also quite expensive, but if you're unsure about what you can donate and what is the most effective thing, donating your time and possibly your car in order to deliver stuff and ferry stuff is really important. Volunteers keep so many food pantries and soup kitchens going, and invariably you can find somewhere and phone round, and just an hour of your time is so helpful to them.
Yeah, I know a local food bank in my town. They're always looking for people to just help unload a truck when they get stuff in. If they can get people for a couple hours just to help get the stuff unloaded so the truck can get out, is a big deal with them. There's always something, you know. Even everybody can do a little something. You just have to let them know what you're able to do, and they'll find you a job for sure.
Your time is as good as money. If you don't have the money, your time is as good as money, and often even better, because if they have to find people to pay to do jobs that somebody can volunteer to do, that's defunding whatever the organisation is.
And it does help. Like like Remy's saying, more people donate items or money than time. So please consider donating time. That when you donate your time, it helps them to be able to use that money efficiently to actually go out to the people that it needs to go out to, and to purchase the things and do all that stuff. So your time really helps them. Takes them. It allows them to go do another job. And it's a great family activity too. Great to teach your little ones to go out there and be a community helper as well. The kids end up enjoying it. They might complain at first when you tell them about it, but afterwards they'll be happy. They'll be talking about wanting to do it again.
Yupa girls, load shedding is the situation that is currently happening in South Africa and some other African countries where there's a problem with infrastructure and the cost of producing electricity. And so different sections of the country have periods without any electricity whatsoever. Sometimes they're warned, sometimes it doesn't keep to the schedule, and your electricity can just be gone. And you can't guarantee that you know when it's coming back. It's a really difficult situation for people living over there. And it's part of the reason why Stella and Griffey can't really commit to a set schedule with their channel, because how can you commit to a time when you don't know that you're even going to be able to power your computer up?
They have to share their electricity. So this other area borrows it for a while, and then somebody else gets to borrow it. They can't all use it at the same time. Rolling blackouts, we have them every day between 8 to 16 hours a day. Can you guys imagine that? I can't even imagine what that's like. I mean, during Hurricane Katrina, I was living in Mississippi at the time, in, kind of central Mississippi, and we had power outages due to trees going down and just massive destruction like that. And I lived in a really tiny little town, so we went probably about a week without electricity, and I thought it was going to go crazy. Nowadays, if the power goes out for an hour, I'm like, what do I do? It's just like, I can't imagine 8 to 16 hours a day. And that being a regular thing, not just a one-off.
And when you think about the implications of that for a family, if you think about the things that you need to do, actually washing your kids, cleaning yourself, how do you organise food? How do you organise storing food, cooking food? Just the complications of that and how it could screw up your budget.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the wastage of you thinking that you have a set amount of time in which you can store items in cold storage? Because we're talking about a country that can get very hot. So your plan is to have this food chilled, and at some stage you're going to be cooking it, and then you have no power. And then you can't cook it. But then it becomes wasted by the time you actually have power on. It makes it almost impossible to effectively budget and run a household over there. And people seem to just fail to understand. They see the things that have been said about Griffey and Stella's situation, sort of like, well, you're not in poverty, you've got walls and a roof. But my God, is that the bar now? You've got walls and a roof, and therefore you're in the lap of luxury.
Oh, and a microphone. Don't forget the microphone.
And a microphone, yeah. People have no idea. They see one room with the things set up in order to be on the internet, and communicate with people around the world and entertain yourself and educate yourself and all the advantages of being able to use the internet in that way. And they think from that they've got a picture of everything. They've got no concept of the complications this brings to people's lives. But I say to you, think about it. Think about what would happen right now. All the food that you've got in your fridge and your freezer, all the food that you expect to cook this week, and then suddenly 8 to 16 hours in a day, there's no power. How long do you think that food's going to last? How do you think you're going to work out cooking it? How are you going to replace it? It's an incredibly expensive and ineffective way to live, and they don't have a single thing that they can change about it. It's not in their power to change the situation.
You know how many times the kids go by and open up the refrigerator and just look in there like they're showing a movie or something, and then close the door without, getting anything out. I know the grandkids do it here all the time. I give them a hard time about it. They can't do that there. You can't just look in the refrigerator for no reason. If you're going to open up that refrigerator, it better be for a reason, because every time you open it, a little bit of cold gets out. There's a lot involved. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, Stella. They need to keep their noses out of other people's business.
I need to know what dessert Bugsy has made for this event that she's going to.
What'd you make, Bugsy? Oreo casserole?
I did not make Oreos, anything. I made cheesecake with strawberries on top.
Okay.
It's a cake shaped like a bottom, covered in sort of peachy coloured fondant, and in the crease down the middle, there's a selection of Oreos just slotted in.
I wanted to make 2 of them, but couldn't find the other part to it to make the second one.
Well, ladies, I think I'm about ready to fold.
I think we're all about ready to wrap it up.
Oh, Eliza,
Uh-oh.
we've lost you, darling.
Eliza, did you fall out of your chair?
How about now?
You're great now. You're great
I'm
now.
okay now?
Yes.
Yep,
Your
fantastic.
has been absolutely wonderful.
Okay, good. Whew. I was just going to say, Bugsy has an event to go to, and Pearl and I are spent, so I think we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I was up all last night, but that's not a
Bless your
particularly
heart.
rare occurrence. But I'm flagging
You
a little
would
bit. I
be.
think I need to get more iron in me. I'm
Yes.
doing my best, but God, I wish they could find some way of delivering iron in a more palatable way.
You know
I
what?
know.
I eat raw spinach. You know, the baby spinach, the leaves. I try to put it on everything in place of lettuce. And
I
that's
like
how
Oh, I
spinach.
love raw spinach. Yummy. It's so good.
But I'll put it on my egg sandwich in the morning. I'll put it on my
So much
any sandwich I eat
better.
at lunch or a burger or whatever. I
Yes.
do try to sneak in the raw spinach wherever I can.
Or not even use the bun, but wrap it in the, I know it sounds crazy, but, if you can't do the bread, wrap it, roll it up in the leaf part. It's good that
Mhm.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea.
It's
And
really
there's
weird.
certain things I
All the times like I was pregnant, I never had a problem with anemia.
with
It just
iron.
seems to be a problem recently. But
I've had a problem with it, I think, all my life. Just didn't pay attention to it. But when I look at pictures, I do see the dark circles, and I know that's from the iron deficiency. So I do take it now. You just have to be careful with iron too, because it can give you a harsh tummy ache. Well, for me anyway.
Yes, yeah. I think
So,
that's.
'cause I was
But yeah,
trying to
it's
take
getting there.
more. Yeah, it makes you really tired. I've been trying to look up all the stuff. Why do I fall asleep sometimes?
Yeah, or iron deficiency will make you worn out.
Seriously embarrassing. That is the first time that has ever happened to me. We arrange a meeting.
When you fall asleep.
Yeah, happens.
I don't remember
I agree.
anything past the first 5 minutes at all. And I don't even remember nodding off. I just remember waking up and being outside StreamYard.
You fell off of StreamYard
Yeah.
really quickly during that
I
meeting.
bet I had. Do you know what? I bet I had my hand on the mouse when I dozed off.
Maybe so. But
That
we
or
didn't hear you
I
snoring
hit
or
something.
anything, so that's good.
And see, I took a nap the other day, and then I thought we were having a live, and I thought, oh, that was yesterday. And then
Oh, yeah.
JBT had his, and I fell asleep during that and slept for 2 more hours. I was like, I felt so bad, but he had an amazing live, guys. JBT.
Yeah, he really did. If you didn't watch it, you got to go check
Go
that out.
listen.
It's
Yeah.
a good deal.
Subscribe to him. He's a 25-year-old young man that has so much knowledge and so much wisdom. And
He
Haven
really
too.
does. So he's an old
Oh,
soul. He
I adore
really
him.
Yes.
is. And he was so well organised and put together. That's the
Yes.
thing. He really is on top of his game. And yes, Onyx Angel, I do know about the vitamin C thing with iron, but thank you ever so much for mentioning it, because somebody else might not know. And it is really important. You need vitamin C when you take your iron in order to help
Yes.
you absorb it.
I didn't know that till recently, and I started taking that. So, I mean, my iron has gone up. I just have to keep an eye on it. But yes, the vitamin C, I had no clue, so I'm making sure I take that to absorb. Beef is the best source of iron and B12. Oh, see, I take B12 too.
I
Because,
love beef.
I do too. I just want it to be a
Also the
certain way.
meat.
You're so bad. Ooh, red peppers and spinach. That sounds good.
He is such a special person,
Yes.
Pollyanna. He really is.
I like
And
carrot cake.
again, have a fantastic day tomorrow. I hope you have a day as wonderful as you are. We all love you very much, and we really appreciate having you in the Discord.
Yes.
You're a joy.
And a happy
So
birthday.
have a fantastic day.
I guess I will mention that before we sign off here. All the new members, people that joined, if you're not in the Discord, I know some of our members that became members are already in the Discord. I think they just upgraded their gifted memberships to members. But did I say something funny? Oh, screen.
No, sorry.
Anyway, the link, if you're not in Discord, for the members only Discord, it is on our community page under a members only post. You might have to scroll a little bit, because usually what I do is when that one expires, I just go edit it and put in a new link rather than make a new post every week.
And you guys, we have so much fun in there. There's no arguing or anything that I've seen.
You just have to excuse the members lounge right now. The feed is a little occupied with people stealing candy, and some people don't like it. The people that are stealing the candy and fighting the bosses and doing all that.
I've tried to
they like it.
I tried to take candy. I can't get it, so I said, forget it.
But
it doesn't bother me. I just think, like, scroll on. If people are enjoying it, that's fantastic. Right?
Yeah, I don't care. People are having fun with all of that.
Well, it will be gone after Halloween, but it's just there till Halloween. So just don't think it's all the feed always looks like that. It's just something fun we're doing for Halloween, and then we're going to kick that bot from the server. And any more game bots I put in, I will put in the game room instead. So it'll make it easier for those that want to participate can go check it out in there, and we'll keep the normal.
I'm kind of weird.
feed.
I don't want to play the game, but I'm quite interested in seeing who's doing well.
The leaderboard.
So I'm finding it quite entertaining in that way. I'm just not.
Well, here's the thing
People
that
are really good.
Magpie and I came up with is that we're going to, since Griffey and Stella, we kind of consider them like a team. We're going to combine their scores. It's just between Griffey and Stella and Magpie and I. And then we're going to combine Magpie and my score against theirs, and we'll decide who wins between those two teams.
See, Dree owns all the sweets of the dark waters.
She doesn't. She eats all her candy. I'm worried about her. She eats a lot of candy. So much candy. I'm like, stop. You're going to have a diabetic coma. I just know it. Stop eating so much candy, Dree.
Okay, guys, I gotta leave, but I love
All
you.
right.
Have a fantastic night, Bugsy. Or after,
What?
Yeah, night. It's getting on for the evening there, isn't it?
Yes, it's 4:30. It's not big, but it's just we were supposed to have an outdoor thing. Well, it's 35 degrees, and so we all changed that.
Before we go, if you are of the nature to pray, if you're prayer inclined, or if you just want to send out positive energy into the universe, TJ would like you to remember, oops, and I've just messed that up, let me go. A dear friend of TJ's is about to undergo a kidney transplant, which is amazing news, but also a heck of a thing to go through. And so if you can remember them, that would be fantastic. And I hope everything goes spectacularly, TJ. It's such a life-changing thing and so amazing. Somebody has made that choice to help another family, and that is fantastic. You know, and one of the most difficult days of their life, they made the choice to help someone.
Indeed.
Okay. So
you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us today on this fantastic Saturday. And I think we are planning, if all goes well, we'll be back on Monday. Thanks for joining us. Just kidding. Thanks for joining us.
You're embarrassing yourself. Go to bed.
Good night.